Welcome to Let the Ball Do the Work, the proper football podcast, with me, Ben Littlemore, Sam Davey,
Hello.
and the little West Country imbecile, that's Ollie Maynard.
How you doing?
Welcome to episode 4 of Let the Ball Do the Work. Where else to start today's show than with the first World Cup in our entire lives without the great Italians? Just how devastated are you to see the 2006 winners miss out?
I couldn't be more devastated.
And why is that?
It's a solemn mood for me. Gigi Buffon is a hero of mine.
Legend.
I've been a goalkeeper myself. I've always based my game off of two goalkeepers, Oliver Kahn and Gigi Buffon, and I couldn't be more upset for him missing out. I really couldn't.
Glad for him. I'd have loved to see him beat that record. Just 9 appearances short of the all-time international appearance record. Would have been very likely to go on and beat that had Italy qualified.
Yeah,
it's such a shame. Gianpiero Ventura has just been sacked, quite rightly so.
It has to be.
This is shameful. It's
a devastation, isn't it?
Yeah,
them not qualifying.
It is.
Although, do you think maybe they were slightly unfortunate? They had a group with Spain in it, where only the top team automatically qualified, and the new setup means that second, all they get is a playoff, and they've got a playoff against a half decent Sweden team.
Oh yeah.
So 2 bad performances have essentially, two under average performances have cost them a place at the World Cup.
I mean, at that point, Spain isn't easy. However, I think you got to come down to Sweden. I feel that an Italian side that can't break down Sweden at all in 2 games, 180 minutes, that it's got to come down to the coach, because I'm as just gutted as anyone else, because I always loved watching Italy at the World Cups, because, they are an unpredictable side.
So unpredictable. Like, they can go into a tournament and you never know what you're going to get with them. You wouldn't be surprised to see them in the last 4, and sometimes you wouldn't be surprised to see them going out in the group as they did in 2010.
Well, there we go. Yeah.
But they always had entertaining matches when they were at the World Cup or Euros, and it's another big side dropped out, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the decision to not play Insigne is just criminal.
Yeah, 100%.
Lorenzo Insigne, I love watching him play. He's a brilliant player, probably the best Italian player currently.
Yeah,
I'd argue.
Yeah.
Certainly attacking wise.
I find it very hard to disagree.
I just can't believe you.
What was the story with De Rossi?
Yeah, De Rossi got told to warm up and said, why, and pointed to Insigne saying, "Why am I warming up? Why aren't you getting him on?" Next thing you know, Ventura's out of a job.
Exactly, he says it all, really, doesn't it?
So there's an absolute whole host of talent missing out on this World Cup. Who are some of the other best players to miss out?
Well, I've looked into it, and I've been begging the question: is this World Cup the one where the most talent is missing? I've just come into countries that are missing out of the World Cup. We've got obviously Italy, Chile, who had a fantastic World Cup.
Copa America champions for the last 2 times.
Netherlands. I mean, they're going for a bit
all
of
over
a
the shop at the
poor
moment.
patch, but again, still a huge side. Wales, I think you kind of
don't know if you can chuck them in that bracket.
I think after the Euros they had and the expectations, you would have expected them.
It was an exceptional Euros, but
it was. But I don't
think you can compare them to Italy and Chile.
But then we look into Africa with Ghana and Ivory Coast, 2 huge sides missing out there, and also USA.
I think definitely considering USA's qualification process, they should be very disappointed.
But if you think of the players missing out as well, we've got obviously Buffon.
Yeah,
could have made would have got the record for the most World Cups played in. It would have been his 6th if he played this or the coming up summer.
Legend.
Antonio Valencia, he's proven himself to be one of the better right backs in Europe. I feel
in the Premier League, but I think right back's a position that's lacking talent all over the world a little bit at the moment.
No, I agree with that.
Dani Alves is coming to the end of his career, one of the best. And
they're a dying breed, I think.
Yeah, they are.
The right back.
We've got Bonucci, Chiellini, Alaba. Big defenders: De Rossi, Vidal, Bale, Robben, Sanchez. I stuck a Aubameyang in there. I know Gabon aren't going to qualify, but he's still a huge player that you'd like to see in one of the biggest tournaments in the world.
Robben's now retired as well from international football.
It's just so many huge players that Sanchez lit up the last World Cup, and it's just a shame that you're not going to see him play.
Of course,
it could have been worse. We could have not seen Messi and Ronaldo in the World Cup.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Very close.
If Messi had delivered that hat trick.
There we go, but that
would have been a true devastation. I would have been heartbroken by that.
I would, yeah.
A World Cup without the greatest.
Yeah, definitely. But for me, is how I feel about Buffon is probably how you would feel about Messi. To me, he is that good, and he is everything that sums up Italian football. His passion, I don't know what the word is, but he delivers on a consistent basis and has done for so long. He's such a professional.
Such a shame. I'd have loved to see him win the Champions League as well.
I would,
One of the two
yeah.
finals.
I'm gutted that
Juventus have
Ireland
made
didn't make
to.
it, to be honest, because then Carey's not in the squad. Imagine a World Cup without Carey.
Yeah, that's
Brilliant.
the true
Fuming.
Yeah. Jeez.
true problem.
But
Unbelievable.
just something here is that a journalist asked Buffon if he would have an interview after the game, and he said he didn't want to do the interview because he didn't want to cry in front of his kids, in front of the kids watching at home who dream to play for Italy. That,
He's just a legend,
to me,
isn't he?
was just
He's absolutely inspirational.
he is inspirational.
An absolute legend.
Yeah, completely.
Next up is Ollie's Lower League Roundup.
Who are Ollie's Lower League Roundup?
Next up is Ollie's Lower League Roundup. Over to you, Ollie.
Well, we're back with Argyle.
As always.
Yeah, back to Football League action. We played Bradford away from home, which, on paper, is a difficult game considering they were 4th. And we managed to win 1-0 away from home.
Cracking result.
First of all, clean sheet. Loving that. And the goal was scored by Jake Jervis. He's normally a winger, but we've been playing him up front last few games, and he's been repaying with some good performances. Lionel Ainsworth got the assist. We are now off bottom.
Whee.
Unbelievably, teams are now looking up at us.
You say teams. Team
Bury.
Bury. But go on.
We're now 3 points off safety, which is
5 games unbeaten as well.
Yeah, which is not too bad. And it was a bit of a smash and grab. In the game, Bradford had 19 shots.
Missed a penalty as well, didn't they?
Missed a penalty, which Remy Matthews saved. Man of the match performance by him. They also had 60% possession. So in the terms of the game, we really rode our luck. But I think when you're at the bottom of the table, that's the luck that kind of went against us quite a lot this season with some of the red cards, some of the decisions. So I'm glad we're looking up. We got Oxford at home on the weekend. I think if based on the results that we have been getting, I should be expecting points.
His confidence has really grown over the last few weeks, hasn't it, about Plymouth?
Yeah, the thing is,
at the
it's just
bottom.
typical football fan. You get a few good results, then you expect to win every game. Whereas a couple of weeks ago down the line, I probably would have said we might be lucky to get a draw out of Oxford. But Oxford aren't doing too great, so I'm feeling 3 points.
Good. Score prediction?
Oh, I don't like doing this, but I'm going to go 2-1 to Plymouth.
Ooh.
Excellent. What else has been happening in League One?
We're in League One. It's not much this week because quite a few teams had to pull out of games due to the international.
You didn't have that problem then?
Mainly Northern Ireland. But good story. Scunthorpe, we've had a steady season, carrying on their good form. We've won the win over Rovers.
Whee.
We like that. You know, Bristol City not playing, so I had a bit of Bristol in for you, Sam.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
I think there's 3 wins on the bounce for them, which is good. And we had a goal fest. We had a 3-2 win to Portsmouth away from home at Blackpool.
Ooh, cracking
They're both
game.
kind of in the mid-table positions, but this is Pompey's first win in 3 after back-to-back defeats. So it's good for them to kind of turn it up, which is good.
It's great for them to turn it up.
Moving on to League 2, Lincoln, phenomenal season they're having. Currently in 8th after winning 4-1 away from Crewe.
Cowley brothers are smashing it.
They are.
And
Everyone speaks quite highly of them.
Yeah, and you forget how that they came up last season after spending quite a few seasons in that division to come up and then to push. They're only one place off
big fan base as well.
They have, yeah. They were,
are.
they were a lower league team for quite a long time in the football league, and they dropped out. I haven't seen them since. And
playing some really good football, and it's nice to see.
Absolutely.
The other one, probably not a great story. Exeter back to winning ways.
Try not to big it up too much, mate.
No, it's Exeter back to winning ways, which is annoying. They beat Grimsby 2-0. Grimsby aren't having too much luck with the Southwest teams these past few weeks after Argyle humbled them.
Yeah.
Get that back in, didn't you? Let Exeter have their moment, mate.
I mean, they can have their moment, but ultimately they're going to stay in League 2. Let's face it. And that was my lower league
Exeter
roundup.
fans, let us know what you think about that. That was Ollie's Lower League Roundup. In our next topic, we are going to discuss the importance of Sadio Mane and Phillipe Coutinho to Liverpool. Mane out injured again, and Coutinho could still be off to Catalonia. Who's more important?
Mane.
Coutinho.
Mane.
Nah, not having that.
I just think Liverpool should have sold. I think Liverpool should have sold Coutinho in the summer. I think
Why?
do
Do you know how hard it is to replace someone of the talent of Coutinho?
But this is my point on it. This is what Liverpool should have done, and what they're getting for Coutinho, 100 million.
Liverpool have got money anyway.
Yeah, with that money they could have got a defender that could have sorted out the problems that they've had.
They could have done that anyway. Again,
They could have. That is a point.
And
they could have done that anyway.
But they could have used the money with Coutinho to buy someone maybe not at his level, maybe a little bit level below, who's not going to do the same things as Liverpool as Coutinho does. But having a sturdy defence means that Liverpool are more likely to win games.
It's a different point though. There's no doubt there's a problem with the defence at Liverpool, but that's nothing to do with Coutinho.
But
you don't sacrifice your best player for that.
But use the money from Coutinho to buy a defender and an attacking midfielder to replace Coutinho. They could have got Draxler, I think, and Draxler wouldn't be as good as Coutinho, but he'd do just
why not just
a decent job.
They could have got a good defender for 40 million.
But where I stand with that is that they could have done that anyway, but they had no intention to buy anyone else other than Virgil van Dijk.
We've been through this, haven't we? That was a massive problem.
Yeah, so they've put all of their eggs in one basket with him, and they haven't got him. They would have done that had Coutinho gone or not.
But Liverpool never go spend when they spend hundreds of millions, it's because they're getting in hundreds of millions.
They haven't ever done it. But.
They're not a team to spend recklessly and not get an income from it. They needed that income for them to spend that money. That's what Liverpool do.
They're one of the most biggest clubs
in
in the world.
That's what they do, and that's what he needed. And I think selling Coutinho, and I would sell him in the summer 100%. He's got his heart.
If he's not happy there, then maybe he has to.
He's not happy. Sell him 100 million. You could do a lot with that money, tons. And I think, in the terms of it, this season or like Coutinho's a fantastic player.
He'd be a loss to the Premier League.
He is a loss to the Premier League,
Definitely.
but I think Mane's just offers something to Liverpool that no one else can. It's that dynamic, direct style.
I think Coutinho is definitely a better player. I could argue maybe Mane can be slightly more of an effective player in terms of the way he opens up the pitch for other players. I think he's such a handful, and he spreads the pitch. He occupies defenders and creates space for the real creative players like Coutinho, and Firmino and stuff.
It would be an interesting situation. Would Mane become less effective if Coutinho were to go?
I think so.
Or would he become, would Coutinho become less effective without Mane? I don't know.
So you think Mane's a better player than Coutinho, Ollie?
I wouldn't say better, as in technically. I think as more influential player.
But you look at that, Barcelona aren't trying to buy Mane. I can't see Mane ever going to Barcelona.
No, but that's just it's different styles. I think the style that Liverpool play in, Mane suits. He is the model Klopp player, and I just think you can. I think you can replace Coutinho in the system that Klopp's playing, but you can't replace Mane in the system Klopp's playing.
But don't you think Salah's very similar to Mane? Don't you think Salah's taking pressure?
That's what
very similar players.
They are very similar players, which is
Salah's been delivering.
Yeah, I mean,
but last season Coutinho was on the left-hand side of this attacking three. He's now sitting deeper with Mane and Salah. That's what's been so frightening about Liverpool's attack this year.
Yeah,
you can get someone to do that sitting deeper job, which Coutinho does, and try and find someone that can be as influential as Mane.
I think Coutinho should be playing in the number 10 role.
But that's not. Klopp doesn't do that style of football.
But I think when you've got a player as talented as Coutinho, you accommodate them.
But I think if you were to take that front three of Salah, Firmino and Mane, and take Mane out of it, that to me isn't as...
Put Sturridge in.
Yeah.
It's not as strong.
It's nowhere near... To me, that's nowhere near as strong.
If I was a defender in the Prem, facing Mane, Firmino and Salah, I would be shitting myself. But then take Mane out, put Sturridge in, you're like, that's not that bad.
Ollie, you're never going to be a defender in the Prem.
One day.
But that front three to me is up there with the top 3-4 in the Premier League.
The Premier League, probably.
Those three together in the Premier League.
Who else have we got? Sanchez, Lacazette, Ozil. That's got to be up there, even though they never actually play together.
Yeah, I mean, if it
Jesus, Aguero, Sane.
Yeah, they'd be top.
Sterling.
They'd be up there.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Yeah. Do you think Premier League clubs are all sort of becoming selling clubs to the Liga giants?
Without a doubt.
Barcelona and Madrid. We've seen Bale, Modric, Fabregas, Suarez, Mascherano all leave the Premier League to go to the big two in Spain. I know Liverpool dug their heels in this summer.
Yeah. It's a divide because the Premier League clubs, if City come knocking, like City did for Alexis, he's one away. For Sanchez.
I think City and Man United are probably the only two that can really say that they warrant players to not want to go to Barcelona and Real Madrid.
However, I agree with that.
If Barcelona and Real Madrid come in for a Man United or City player, I think that's a lot more tempting to them. I mean, we've had De Gea wanting to go to Real Madrid, expressing that. I know Chelsea aren't in that bracket. However, Hazard expressing that he wants to go to Real Madrid. I think for any Premier League club, other than City United, say they're not a selling club. It's just not. It's
I think for
stupid
any
as
player,
well.
though, Real Madrid and Barcelona is just such a pull factor, especially for non-British players. Like we expect Coutinho and stuff to like want to be loyal and play for Liverpool, but playing for that Barcelona team is an unbelievable opportunity.
Well, it is.
You get to play with the best player to ever play football.
Yeah.
In an amazing team that dominate every week. You're playing football. You're enjoying football every week.
Yeah.
You've got 90,000 fans there.
Exactly.
You're winning. You're at the top of European football.
And that's it. It's such a massive change of environment as well. It's you're going to such a historical stadiums in the Bernabeu and the Nou Camp, and you're living in Madrid or Barcelona.
And I think culturally as well, it suits certainly South American players a lot more.
Yeah.
The style of football.
Yeah.
It's a lot more based on technical ability. It's not as fast paced.
Yeah.
Well,
And so, but
yeah,
European football is such a draw nowadays. If you come to England, if you're playing in the Premier League, you aren't guaranteed whether you play for United, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool. You are not guaranteed at the beginning of the season to get a Champions League spot.
Yeah.
If you're playing in La Liga, you're guaranteed Championship football. If you're playing for
Not Championship, because that would just be absolutely absurd.
sorry,
Yeah.
there was no Championship roundup this week.
You had to get it in there.
Yeah, it just had to go in. So you're Barcelona and Real Madrid, you guaranteed Champions League football.
It's also
It's
his
a draw.
childhood. I don't think Coutinho was there growing up in Brazil going, really want to play for Liverpool one day.
The Premier League is still a pull factor.
It's still a pull factor, but I think for these South American, European players, foreign players, they're not wanting to play for in the Premier League. I think they're wanting to play as their dream move, Barcelona, Real Madrid. It happened with Suarez.
It's a dream move, isn't it?
I think it's a dream for
It is,
anyone,
yeah.
unless you're English.
Southampton at the weekend for Liverpool without Mane.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll struggle?
I think they'll just do enough to get by, personally.
With that defence, though,
That's the thing. I don't know.
They're an unpredictable team.
Very. I don't know.
Next up is our international roundup.
International roundup.
Okay, obviously we've got no Sam's Championship roundup this week. Sorry to disappoint you listeners. He's not letting it get him down though. He's going to take us through the latest round of international fixtures. Over to you, Sam.
Thank you very much. And we're going to kick off with the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland's failure to qualify for the World Cup.
Very disappointing.
Very, very disappointing for Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland fans. Do you two feel that the Republic of Ireland may be underperforming?
I'm not sure they are though. I'm not sure why they really should be expected to perform. I don't think they've got a great host of players. They haven't got a huge population. Unbelievable. No professionals here. Apologies for that. I don't think they've got great players. I don't think they've got a huge population. I don't know why they're expected to perform so well. Historically, they've been better than like Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
Sure, but they haven't qualified for the World Cup since 2002, where you had players like, he didn't play, but he was such an instrumental part in qualifying. Roy Keane.
Yeah, it's disappointing for them, no doubt.
But they haven't had a player. They haven't had a standout player.
Since Robbie Keane.
Robbie Keane, Roy Keane. You've had players like that who could, effectively, they could change a game or win you a game and step up to perform if they are needed. Ireland at the moment I don't feel
a lot of their players
that.
come from the Championship.
Well, exactly, they do, and we've Bristol City have a couple of Irish internationals, and then they seem to pick up their internationals from Leagues One and the Championship, League One and the Championship.
Yeah.
How can you build a steady team to perform when that's when you're getting your players from? Again, I say that Darren Randolph has been a standout performer for Ireland over the last few games.
Yeah, he has been good.
And where's he?
Really well
Where's he in the
Wales.
Premier League?
Talk about underperforming there. I think, to be fair, Northern Ireland have been overperforming.
I think
Michael O'Neill's done a brilliant job. He's got
yeah.
a real small pool of talent
definitely.
where they really are filtering down to the lower leagues.
Definitely, and Michael O'Neill is, he's got a bit of interest from.
Very unlucky to not qualify.
Yeah.
Never a penalty in the first leg, and that sent them out.
Yeah, it's a joke, wasn't it? And was it? Where was the VAR there? If we're talking about
don't get me started on VAR.
talking about bringing this in,
Don't bring it in.
and Northern Ireland have been shafted because they haven't. It's not been brought in
It's
yet.
a good Swiss team as well. They
certainly
pushovers.
didn't embarrass themselves there.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
that
well,
Swiss team were very close to qualifying automatically. It's only
Yeah.
because they lost to Portugal
exactly.
on the last group qualifier 2-0
Yeah,
that they ended up in the playoff.
Yeah, they could be dark horses. Switzerland. I think they. They
I don't know about that.
They always
They
get
could
that. I mean,
be,
they always do all right at tournaments. And then
Round of
they'll-
16.
yeah.
Fact.
That's a very good.
Sorry to
point.
disappoint you, the Swiss, but enjoy the group stage. Round of 16, forget it.
Well, it means they'll probably get further than us.
Absolutely. We've discussed Italy going out to Sweden. Croatia trounced Greece in the first leg. Great to see them in there. I love watching Croatia. I think they're.
Oh, I
do.
do.
We talk about dark horse. They could genuinely be a dark
Oh, yeah,
horse.
definitely. They've got some brilliant players.
And
They have.
fantastic kits. Always love a Croatia home and away kit.
Always goes on about the
Yeah,
kits,
you
doesn't he?
you
Loves
love
the
a kit, don't you?
I do love a good kit.
Yeah, but
Really talented
Perisic,
midfield.
Modric,
Modric and Rakitic.
Rakitic,
Brozovic as well for.
all the itches are flying at the moment.
The itches are flying in. Mandzukic up top.
Kalinic.
They could. I genuinely thought if I got Croatia in a sweepstake,
I wouldn't be too
for the World
disappointed.
Cup, I wouldn't be disappointed at all because I think they could really mount some sort of on pressure
Quarters.
on the the teams that could be favourites to win it.
In the international friendlies, what game stood out to you there, Sam?
In the international friendlies, Argentina 2, Nigeria 4.
Tell us the story.
Well, Argentina going 2-0 up at home to Nigeria.
Yeah, as you'd expect, everything's normal. Suddenly, the Nigerians.
10 minutes. In 10 minutes, what a swing. 3-2 to Nigeria.
Hell of a swing of the pendulum.
And Alex Iwobi,
Legend.
Arsenal man, picks up a brace and nails the coffin. Puts the nails in the coffin, should I say.
It's not quite as poetic. although.
And it's a 4-2 win for Nigeria. What a result for them.
Yeah, it's a shame it doesn't mean anything, really. It's a friendly. But I'm
Exactly.
assuming that will go down in history because what a result that is.
It should. Fair play.
Anyone
Nigeria.
does 2-0 down to Argentina and comes back to win 4-2. Fair play to you. Lionel Messi wasn't playing. May have been different otherwise. But I take nothing away from them.
No, you can't.
Interesting that Holland have suddenly decided to win now. Suddenly they're winning 3-0 now that all their hopes and dreams are over.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd be happy if I was,
Yeah,
from the Netherlands at this moment in time, but
no
There we go.
ideal.
no idea at all. But that's it. International roundup.
Hi, I'm George. I'm stand-in producer for Alex, who unfortunately this week is unwell. I'll be presenting Name the Lineup, where Ben, Sam and Ollie give me a starting 11 from a football final. So this week we're going to start with bottom place Ben, who's got 0 points. Of course, leading at the moment is Ollie with 2 points
That's a
and
joke.
Sam just behind with 1 point.
Need this.
I think I've given you a fighting chance this week.
I hope so.
Ben, you have got a minute to name
I'm scared.
the starting lineup from the runners-up of last year League Cup, so Southampton starting lineup. And your minute starts now.
Right, it must have been 4-string goal, surely. Right.
The donkey himself.
Cedric definitely played. Centre backs would have been. I don't know if Van Dijk was injured or not. I'm pretty sure it was. No, Stevens definitely played. Stevens. Bertrand was left back. Was it Yoshida? Right. Davis. I know Gabbiadini played. Tadic would have played. What's his name?
20
Redmond.
seconds.
Redmond, I'm sure would have played. Who else is going forward? Did Højbjerg start? I don't think he did.
Just 10 seconds left.
Romeo. How many have I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got one more player. I'm just going to put.
And that's your time up.
Alright. I think I've done alright.
Okay, if you want to take me through the lineup, I will reveal.
Right. Was it 4-string goal?
It was.
It's a great start. Relief. Cedric.
It was.
Stevens.
Yep, you're right.
Yoshida.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on. Bertrand.
Yep.
I'm flying. Davis.
Yep.
Romeo.
Yep.
This is unbelievable. Redmond.
Yep.
Oh my god. Tadic.
Yep.
Gabbiadini.
Yep.
Højbjerg.
No.
I've
you
almost
just
got a
missed
clean
out.
sweep.
It was Ward-Prowse for Højbjerg.
Ward Prowse has stabbed me in the back.
10 out of 11.
That's the best showing, yes, by far.
10 out of
Surely
11.
I've got
In
to
with
be
a
the winner
chance.
this week. In with a huge chance. Cheers, George.
Right, okay. Now I'm joined by Ollie. Yeah, not bad, thank you. So we've got, for you, we've got the 2015 League Cup runners-up, and it is the Tottenham team. And your 1 minute starts now.
2015, okay, Tottenham, so Lloris would have been playing 2015, that's 2 years ago, wasn't it? They would have had Vertonghen. Maybe Road. League Cup, who do they play against in that one?
They played against Chelsea.
Chelsea, okay. Midfield, I'm actually struggling. We'll stick Rose in. We'll stick Walker, obviously. Go for 3 midfielders. 2015.
30 seconds left.
Ericsson, surely. It would have been end of the season 2015. Kane probably would have broken through. Would he have been there? 2015, so it would have been the 15th. This is a struggle. Ericsson.
10 seconds left.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There's another one. Can I get him in? Yes, we can. Can we get
3,
him in?
2, and
Oh,
1.
I've only got 10 players, but we'll take it.
All right. If you take me through who you've got on your team.
All right, I've gone for Lloris in goal.
Yep.
Walker right back.
Yep.
Vertonghen.
Yep.
Alderweireld.
No.
Thought not. Yeah. Rose.
Yep.
I've gone for Ericsson.
Yep.
Dembele.
Nope. Dembele didn't play.
Outrageous. And then I've gone for 3 attackers. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have played, but it's only going to pop in my head. Ali. No.
No.
Son.
No.
Kane.
Yep. So you got Lloris,
Yeah.
Walker,
Yeah.
Vertonghen,
Yeah.
Eric Dyer played centre back. Danny Rose you got,
Yeah.
and then it was
Bentaleb.
Bentaleb and Mason,
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
No chance.
and then it was Townsend, Ericsson, and Chadley. With Kane up top.
Bit annoyed at Dyer, but I'll take that.
So you got 6.
I'll take that.
6.
Decent.
Okay, and we're now joined by Sam. Hello. We have got for you the 2016 League Cup runners-up, which was Liverpool.
Okay.
They played Man City.
Okay.
And your 60 seconds starts now.
Right. Okay. Mignolet in goal. Klein. Lovren. Where's he playing then? Skirtle. Milner.
20 seconds gone.
Henderson. Lallana.
30 seconds left.
Who's playing up
Struggling there.
front? I am really struggling.
20 seconds.
Sturridge.
If it helps, there are 11 players.
And no, I don't know.
No, let's just time up anyway now.
Yeah.
How many did you get?
Cheers. Well, I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
8. Okay. If you go through who you've got.
Right. Mignolet.
Yep.
Klein.
Yep.
Lovren.
Nope.
Skirtle.
Nope.
Milner.
He did play, yep.
Henderson.
Yep.
Lallana.
No Lallana.
Sturridge.
Sturridge played, yep.
Brilliant.
So you got 6.
5.
I'll go through the full lineup anyway. It was Mignolet in goal,
Yeah.
Klein right back with Lucas and Sacco centre back,
Oh, yeah, those two.
Moreno left back,
Oh, yeah.
Henderson and Can, and then it was Coutinho, Firmino, Milner, and Sturridge up front.
I've had him there.
Yep, 6.
Cheers.
Okay, everyone's back in the studio now. It's time for the results. I can reveal in 3rd place this week with 5 points was Sam. He had to name the he had to name the Liverpool team from the 2016 League Cup final, the runners-up.
Had him out. Crumbled under
Please
pressure.
don't let Ollie win.
In 2nd place with 6 points was Ollie, and he had to name the Tottenham team from the 2015 League Cup final runners-up.
Bentaleb Mason, are you joking?
Ben,
Time.
and the winner, it was a very impressive performance. He got 10 out of 11, so he did
10
very
out of
well.
11.
And it was the 2017 runners-up of the League Cup, and it was Southampton.
Oh, fair play to you.
Yeah.
So he did very well.
Well, Van Dijk's
very
playing.
well.
I ain't got Stevens and Yoshida.
I wouldn't have got 10. Yeah, fair play.
I'm back in it. I am back in it, boys.
So the standings
winning.
are now, Ollie is in the lead with 2, and then
great.
joint second is Ben and Sam.
Don't worry, I'll catch that little slime bag.
Crate's
Little
mine.
Larry.
The crate's mine.
Nah, no chance.
That's it this week from Name the Lineup.
In our next topic, we are going to preview this Saturday's North London derby between Arsenal and Spurs. Has there been a North London shift in power?
I think Tottenham have just creeped ahead of Arsenal.
Without winning anything.
100%.
Take that.
They're the better team. They're all round. They're a better footballing team than Arsenal, and they were more successful last season.
Currently, they've got a better 11, but they won't sustain it.
I think they will.
They will not sustain to go on to be a bigger and better club than Arsenal.
But what if Arsenal aren't going to sustain their big players either?
We need to keep. There's going to be a massive change at Arsenal, isn't there, soon? We know a sea of change needs to come.
It's
But-
inevitable, isn't it?
Like we are in a demise. Wenger will eventually go, and we will move on. But Tottenham, you can't. These players at the moment, they've got a great team. They've got an unbelievable manager. They need to be doing everything to keep that together. But I don't think they will. When Kane and Ali are on like £60,000 a week, and they're looking
Yeah.
around at players at Man City and Man United on £300,000 a week that aren't necessarily a lot better than them,
Yeah.
they're going to be off.
Well,
Why
exactly.
wouldn't they be? If
I
someone
mean-
offered you a job, tripling your wage, would you take it to do exactly the same thing?
Of course.
You certainly would.
It depends on the job.
Doesn't though, does it?
Well, it's not that. Well,
Stand on street corners for more money.
Yeah, but obviously there's a wage gap which has been expressed in the media, and with the whole instance with Danny Rose, went a little bit pear-shaped. But who's to say that Levi isn't going to turn and go, you know what?
Who's Levi?
Daniel Levi.
Daniel Levy.
Levi, potato,
Stitched you
potato.
right up there, mate.
But who's to say that he's not going to change his ideology and give him more money to push Tottenham on?
Why hasn't he done it already then?
Well, I think Tottenham, they're not. I don't think they've established themselves as a Champions League team yet. They've kind of been in and out. I think if they get Champions League from maybe the next season, and then because they haven't really been it that much, they've kind of been in that, they've been Europa League sort of thing. So really making a stance and being that top four side will attract more players and will eventually push the wage gap up. That's what will happen. But I feel with Arsenal at the minute, they need a huge rebuild. And when you
course they do.
rebuild and when there's massive changes happen, success doesn't happen overnight. If you think with Liverpool, Man United, when big changes happen, they had 3-4 seasons of real poor form and poor positioning. So I feel with Wenger going, it's going to be a huge change at Arsenal. They're not going to become successful overnight. Tottenham have had their rebuild, and they're currently in a position of...
They're going to need to rebuild again when Pochettino goes.
Exactly, and that's the point.
And Pochettino is getting so much more from them players than I think any other manager would.
Yeah, and Pochettino, it won't surprise me if Pochettino's lured away very soon.
I don't think...
One of the biggest clubs in the world are going to come call
Of
him.
course he will.
And Pochettino is going to be obliged to go.
Exactly,
And
he's getting
Tottenham
all of this.
are-
Yeah, exactly. He's
It's
getting
an
all of this
unfinished
press.
project. Tottenham's an unfinished project. Pochettino knows that he's improved Tottenham vastly already.
How much further
And he-
can he take them?
And
if
he
you
knows
can't
with a
offer
couple of
players
seasons
wages?
he can push the league. They can push the league.
They're going to get no. They're
100%.
nowhere near Man City. They're nowhere
No,
near.
they're
Manchester
they're
City.
nowhere near right now. But pushing them, if Pochettino keeps going and the way that Spurs have escalated these last 3 seasons, there's no reason why they can't challenge for a title.
No, but do you think that if let's say hypothetically Zidane were to leave Real Madrid
Pochettino would be my first choice.
and Pochettino and they come for Pochettino and say, look, we want you to be our manager. Do you think he'd turn around to Real Madrid and say, this is an unfinished project, I'm going to stay here and carry on?
You don't
Not
turn
for a
down
second.
Real Madrid for Spurs.
Not for a second. And I think that could happen in some sort of capacity. I'm not saying Real Madrid or Barcelona because they're quite comfortable where they are at the moment. But I can see Pochettino going somewhere bigger and
You
better.
talk about this rebuilding thing being done, but Spurs are about to move to a new stadium. Surely we've rebuilded going to Emirates. We've got over
Rebuilt.
the initial factor of going there. Do you know how difficult it is to move stadium?
No, but I'm saying as a team rebuild. When Bale left and Tottenham were this 5th, 6th place side and they sold their best player, they bought a lot of players in and it didn't really work, and they grinded out season on season, and they've got a spine. Finally, they've got a spine of their side, which they've had little changes in and around, and they've got the makings of a real good squad. I think their squad as a whole is better than Arsenal's.
I don't know about squad. I'd say
100%.
starting 11. I'd give you that. I don't know about squad.
No, I think 100%. If you think of Tottenham's fullbacks, Trippier and Aurier are,
Aurier's
in
a
my
head
opinion,
case.
are fantastic. Are
He
a
is.
lot better
He
than
is.
Bellerin.
I don't think Aurier is better than Bellerin.
I think he
Aurier's
is.
going to get sent off about 3 times this season.
And
Yeah.
then at the left back, Rose and Davies, who are both fantastic left backs as well.
Kolasinac?
I think Kolasinac is a good player, yeah, but you got to think of squad depth. Centre backs Vertonghen and Alderweireld are better than anything Arsenal have got.
Yeah,
I think if
Koscielny
you're
goes all
going
bad
to
form,
if you're going to do a combined 11 for Arsenal, the people I'd bring in from Arsenal, maybe Sanchez,
but maybe Sanchez.
Kolasinac. I'd put
That's
in.
not an
I'd bring in.
absolute given, is it?
I'd bring in Sanchez. I'd bring in Kolasinac.
You bring in Ozil.
I'd have Ali over Ozil.
Wilshere?
I'd probably put Wilshere in centre mid, maybe with Eriksen. Sort of thing. It's not really a balanced side, but that sort of thing. Wilshere in there. But other than that, 3 out of the 11 would be Arsenal players.
I'd have Koscielny centre back with Alderweireld.
I agree. I was about to say. I
Koscielny.
think I would take Koscielny over out over Vertonghen.
Well, let's just do that then. You've got 4 out of the 11 Arsenal
I'm
players.
agreeing that there's a massive problem at Arsenal at the moment, and it's a worrying times for Arsenal fans. But as an Arsenal fan, Tottenham are the least of my worries. I know they're doing brilliantly, and fair play to them. You've got to congratulate them. Great result against Real Madrid. They're doing well in the league. Pochettino's a brilliant manager. But I genuinely don't think the Spurs are going to go on like this power shift in North London that everyone's talking about. I don't think Spurs are going to go on to achieve what the Arsenal team of '98 to 2004 achieved.
Oh, of course.
What the Man United teams of the previous Man United teams have achieved. What the Chelsea team achieved over the last 15 years.
No, I certainly don't think Tottenham can ever go on and do something like that. I think if it's going to happen, I think it has to be soon for Spurs. I think if they're going to challenge Arsenal to be superior, it has to happen in the next couple of years. They have to win a trophy, and it has to be a major one.
And let's take Arsenal out of it. Let's say they are better than Arsenal at the moment. What have they done? They're not going to win the Premier League this season. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, well, they're not.
They're not going to win the Champions League this
But
season.
Arsenal haven't come close to a Premier League in years.
I just said let's take Arsenal out of it. They're not going to win the Champions League this season, are they, Spurs?
No.
Do you think they're going to win the Premier League next season, Spurs?
No. But can they win an FA Cup? Probably.
Well, we've just won the FA Cup,
yeah,
so that's a
exactly.
complete argument gone.
The point of this whole topic is there a power shift? Now, for the next 3 seasons, I guarantee Spurs are going to finish above Arsenal.
Win every season?
Yep. In the next 3 seasons, Premier League seasons, Spurs are
Do
finishing
you want to have a live bet on that on air?
I will put a lot of money on that.
All right, 50 quid. So you're saying all 3 seasons Spurs. So if Arsenal finish above them 1 season, I win the bet?
Yep.
All right. We've just shaken hands on that.
It's done.
Because
It's
this
done.
is the thing.
In
This
the
is the
bag.
thing.
Thank you very much.
That's a power.
Pochettino leaves. Lovely.
That's a
staying
power
well.
shift. It's a power shift. If Arsenal had this bright side of being above Spurs every season, and now Spurs are doing it. They've done it once. Arsenal fans
They've
have
done it
one
once,
season.
and everyone's having an absolute
Yeah, and
row
then
about
when it
it
happens for the next few seasons, when that's 4 seasons in a row, it's a power shift. Tottenham can win an FA Cup easily.
Tottenham can win, and let's just listen to that statement, and then we'll talk about Ollie's football knowledge. Tottenham can win an FA Cup easily. What does that mean? What does that mean?
They're a type of team that can win an FA Cup this season. They can go all the way, and you go fair play. They've won a trophy, fantastic. And it's. I think Tottenham are slowly and surely taking over Arsenal and are ahead of them in every step of the way.
Are Spurs still in the League Cup?
No, they went out to West Ham.
Bristol City are.
Yeah, but can they easily win the League Cup, or is it just the FA Cup they can easily win?
I think cup competitions is what Spurs they're realistically the only thing they can win. But that's the only thing Arsenal can win.
There's a massive problem at Arsenal. Wenger needs to go. There needs to be change, obviously. But I really don't think Tottenham are going on to be as good as people are making out.
No, I don't.
What do you think is going to happen this weekend then? Results. Let's have a.
Tottenham are going to win.
I think it would be a draw.
I don't think Arsenal will lose.
I don't
Maybe that's
think
because I'm
Arsenal
biased,
will
but I'm trying not to be biased. But I don't think Arsenal will lose.
Because it's just one thing with Arsenal that they do tend to, it's just Wenger's. He's not stupid, There's,
He's certainly not. He's a very clever man. He's just unfortunately the most stubborn man in the world.
well, that's the point. But I think it'll be a draw.
Arsenal haven't won against Spurs since 2014 with that great Rosicky goal
Great goal.
at White Hart Lane. But if you look at some of the team news, there's a lot of key players that could be out. Lloris is struggling with fitness, trying to race it back for the game.
It's a big one.
Vertonghen and Alderweireld may miss the game. I'm being told Vertonghen's likely to get back in and make it.
But that's huge.
Wanyama's battling to return. And obviously Ali, Winks and Kane all departed from the England squad. Pochettino's hoping to have them available again. But I think without Kane, that team completely changes. Do you not think?
I agree. I would agree with that.
They've got you talk about squad depth. You think Llorente's a good replacement for Kane? We've got 2 better strikers than they have.
I think it depends really. I think Llorente is just doesn't fit into Tottenham. It's a bit of a mad signing for me. Like, I think if Kane's not playing, then it's a bit of a struggle for Tottenham. But there's quite a lot of people out. But
If Lacazette doesn't play, Giroud comes in.
yeah, I
Not a
think
bad replacement, is it?
it's not. It's all right. Like, I just think it's not a like for Llorente Kane. It's just Tottenham will have to play a different style of football completely if he comes in.
So do Arsenal with Lacazette and Giroud, though, to be fair. Completely different players.
Olivier Giroud he's got the 4th highest minutes to goals ratio in the
He's
league.
also, though, unfortunately a doubt for the weekend. I doubt he would have started anyway, but he picked up a slight thigh injury on international duty.
Yeah.
Next up is Ollie's Don't Talk Shit.
Stop talking fucking shit, Ollie. You're talking absolute bollocks again.
This is our regular feature, Don't Talk Shit, where we allow Ollie to absolute mither for 60 seconds without interruption. Over to you, Ollie. Don't talk bollocks.
Well, I'm going back to something that annoys me and I think should be banned. It's cinemas. I absolutely hate anything and everything about the cinema. The concept of it is just stupid. You just go into a room with complete strangers in a dark room, just watch a film, then walk out. What's that? That's shit. The food is the loudest food on the. Why is food associated with cinema really loud, like popcorn, crisps, Pringles? Why couldn't it be something soft like soup? Soup, you can like just give them soup or something like that. You know what I mean? Like something that you can't hear someone's teeth munching while they're eating. And I've found a solution to why the cinemas should be online. That they shouldn't. They take so much space because you need about 8 screens with about 50 people. That's so much space. You could use that for so much better things. You should do cinemas online, same prices, and you should pay to watch the film online. That's how they should get rid of cinemas. Get rid of them and put them online.
I don't know what to say.
I actually agree with some of it, but some of it was just absolute shit again. What do you mean you could get it online? How do you get it?
What you do is you make a cinema online where you go, what films? Oh, I really want to watch the new superhero film at 4. You apply online, you pay for your ticket money, and it comes through on a website.
Yes, but the whole point of a cinema is you've got the surround sound, you've got the massive screen.
It's the experience.
You've still got that in your house.
The only reason the cinemas are still around today is because it's the only way you can watch up-to-date films. So why not shift that
It's
online?
not though, is it? You look at some people can do online now.
But you don't have to watch it with complete strangers.
Well, you don't have to interact with them, do you?
No.
But you hear them.
That's why it's dark.
They all munching. They all like.
Again, with the food, I do
whispering.
understand your point about popcorn and
It's stupid.
and you
They're
had me
all
on
so
board for a
loud.
second until you said soup.
Well, something.
Yeah,
quiet.
you
What
haven't
sort
covered
of
yourself in
maniac
glory.
is going and eating soup?
Well,
you have soup when you're ill.
I just thought soup because it's quiet. You need something quiet.
What slurp? Not
Yeah,
yeah, hippopotamus slurping it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
you haven't thought about that one,
soup
have you?
Because you get drinks. You could drink soup. You don't like. It's not
You
with a
could
bowl.
drink soup.
But what
It's
about
just in a
hot dogs?
cup.
They sell hot dogs at the cinema.
Yeah, but they're proper munchy and shit. But
How many crunchy sausages
they
have you ever had?
want
Yeah.
they want crunchy
Yeah,
onions on it
crunchy
all the time. No,
frankfurter.
they all
Ban
like
onions then.
they get the hot dog. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah,
and
onions
soft,
should be
but
banned anyway.
We'll put onions on top of which a big bit of a bit of nachos. Yeah, fucking give me some of that. Fucking bollocks, man. I hate it. Ban cinemas.
I'm not a massive
too
fan of
much
the cinema.
I love going to see the films out of date, but I hate.
No, but Ollie's
watching
point isn't going to
films of
sway
other
me away
people.
from it.
To be fair, a couple of points he had me on board because I'm not a big fan of the cinema.
It's stupid.
I feel like it's a little bit enclosed. I like to have the option to pause it and go make a cup of tea or whatever. And
Fair enough.
again,
That's
with
wrong,
the
that's
food, he sort of had me on board again till he said soup. And the thing about online is just total
an online
shit.
cinema makes so much sense.
It doesn't make sense, Ollie. The whole point of a cinema is you go and see it in that massive screen and you're embedded. If you feel like you're in the film,
No, people are only going to cinema to watch the latest
It's not
films.
the only reason
for
though,
the
is it?
surround sound. People aren't there to listen to surround sound.
of course it's not.
Just get some surround sound headphones
What-
in. Save
what
you-
about
save you so
Christmas?
much time.
Me and my
Christmas.
family go to the cinema every Christmas Eve, and
Oh,
we
that's
make
nice.
that a tradition. What are we going to do then?
Just
Are you
watch
going to be
it.
happy that our family tradition is in tatters?
No,
Because
it's
you
still
don't like the
going,
cinema?
just in your own home where you feel more comfortable, warmer, safer, and all that shit. Not in some cinema which is taking up so much space
It's not really
for
the
no
point.
reason. They have to be ridiculously big.
Well, that's the point of them.
No,
Which
it's
is
not
your point of
them.
watching it on your phone at home.
Just watch it online. Honestly, that's what everyone does nowadays. The cinemas are dying out, and I'm glad. I'm literally, for every person that's not going to cinema and their percentage dies down per year, I am with the
Ollie.
biggest grin on my
Ollie.
face.
Tango Ice Blast.
It's a good
They,
point.
they are a drink that makes your head sting when you drink it. It's stupid. Ban them. Ban all
What?
of
So you
them.
don't like ice cream?
Nope.
That was
At
bollocks
least
again.
backed it.
Absolute bollocks.
Oh, darling, have you got any other business?
This is Any Other Business, where we discuss all the stories that we enjoyed over the week. We're going to start off with the big release of Football Manager. It was released last week.
Buzzing.
A great time for every football fan. Really is.
Yep.
We're going to each tell you the 3 favourite teams we like to be on Football Manager. Do you mind if I begin?
Go for it.
Thank you. My first team is Arsenal. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan. And at the moment, I think the rebuilding at Arsenal is so big. I'd love to come in and just take over. I think there's so many decisions
Yeah.
that Wenger gets wrong at the moment that I'd love to put right.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love doing that one. My second one is Ajax.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
good
love
one,
doing
yeah, that's a
Ajax.
good one.
Obviously, they're a really historic club. Champions League winners. I like to bring them back up to the... It's basically a given that you're going to win the league. You're a
Yeah.
half-decent manager in there, but the Champions League's the real aim, and I like to try and work that up.
Mm.
My third team is Notts County.
Ooh. Didn't
I like
expect
to
that.
do a lower league side. The earliest current side playing football
Mm.
in England, the earliest forms. So I like to bring them back up to the top.
Yeah, fair play.
That was my 3.
Yeah, nice.
Ollie, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I like to play Football Manager. I like to consider myself a connoisseur in the game. And like most English people, I like to do a lower league, Prem and foreign. The lower league one I've gone for is Blackburn. I think that's a real rebuild job. I think the players that they've got some fun. They've got Joe Rankin Costello. He is one of the best youngsters that you can get in Football Manager. He's 5-star potential straight away. And I think it's a save where it's one of the
right
first,
nerds on it, isn't he?
The first season is easy. It's very difficult not to get playoffs minimum, but then it's a challenge when you get into the Championship and then try and build into the Prem and establish yourself as a Prem. So it's a save that it will take 5 seasons to really get going into the Prem. Talking of the Premier League team that I think is a really good one for this year, and I did try and unsuccessfully was Everton. I did not get sacked, but
Gave up
I was on the
worse.
verge. Yeah, I was trying to do Everton, and I think the difficulty with it is there's such a big rebuild, and the challenge is that the board and fans give you massive expectations, and it's a struggle to try and fit all these youngsters and develop them, and also try and find goals from a team that's got a lot of centre attacking midfielders. I found out, not many wingers.
I think everyone knows that, don't they?
Yeah, but that
Being
is
in the media.
that's where they're
last 3
struggling.
months.
It's a difficult save, honestly, but it's a good challenge. And the one that I'm currently doing, the save I'm doing, is Schalke. Really enjoyable. Just finished my first season, and it's an aging side with a lot of other German clubs coming up around them, improving. But it's difficult. They've got big players, which is difficult to keep hold of with Goretzka, Mbolo, Nastasic, Farman.
Did you manage to renew Goretzka's contract?
I did.
Oh.
I've kept Mbolo and Farman, but did sell Nastasic, and finished 7th, which isn't ideal, but improvements. Those are my 3 teams.
Sam?
Excellent. Well, yeah. So these are my 3 teams. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go into the same detail as Ollie there.
Yeah, don't worry about
Connoisseur.
that.
I'm not such a, I'm not.
Connoisseur.
Yeah, I'm certainly not a connoisseur.
Unbelievable.
We're going to kick off with my sort of lower league side. Of course, it's Bristol City.
Of course.
Of course, we're kind of a side that you never really. Obviously, the Championship. You never really know where you're going to finish at the beginning of the season anyway. But Bristol City have the potential to either do pretty well or do shockingly badly. So you can take us up through. We've got a decent squad. We've got a decent youth side, youth setup. Take us to the Premier League. You'll be a friend for life.
Fair play.
Foreign side, Juve.
You love Juve, don't you?
Yeah, I love Juventus. Again, how I feel about Buffon and things like that. They've always been a foreign side that
Been to see them play, haven't you?
yeah, I love them. And then so we've got Juve. They've got a great youth setup there. Some good, brilliant young talent. So yeah, Juve.
Who's your 3rd team?
My 3rd team, because from past experience, I've had some fun playing with them on Football Manager. Southampton.
Ooh, didn't expect that from you.
Yeah, Southampton. I've always enjoyed a save with Southampton. When Pochettino was manager there,
Good youth setup.
I thought I'd go for it. Yeah, and again, brilliant youth setup at Southampton. That's speaks for itself, really, doesn't it? So yeah, Southampton.
Absolutely. So that was our little Football Manager talk. Up next, in Any Other Business, we are going to discuss England's 0-0 draw with Brazil. What are your thoughts on that, lads?
I was quite happy with it, I think.
Happy with it?
I just think
No.
it's a style that we can adapt into the later rounds of a competition, and we've kept 2 clean sheets in a row against Germany and Brazil.
It doesn't mean anything,
Two of
Ollie.
the
If that was in the
best
World Cup,
attacking
I can
sides.
guarantee you they both would have scored. I guarantee you.
Well, we would have had better defenders in both games. I'm not sitting here going England are going to do this and that, but I'm saying when we played these friendlies before in the past, it would just be it's an anomalous result.
We beat Germany
I
3-2
understand
before
that
the World Cup last year.
it's an anomalous result. However, I'm impressed with the way we played both games. I'm happy. I came out and watching those games, going, you know what, we played alright.
I didn't manage to watch the Germany game, but the Brazil game, I wasn't. I think these games are about performance, not result. And there was very little that impressed me. I saw one shot on target.
To be honest, I'm sick of talking about it.
Same. I'm sick of England. Just scrap the international break for friendlies.
I completely agree.
It's so hard.
Wasted.
It's so hard to be enthusiastic about England.
Mhm.
Rashford again for me was a little bit of a shining light. At least he's positive. He tries things. He's done a nice little nutmeg and turn.
Yeah.
Actually, made me want to watch the game. The only thing I was really watching for was the Brazil players.
Yeah.
I was watching for Neymar, Coutinho, and Jesus.
Exactly. But
It's
yeah,
just
nothing I saw from
Dyer and Livermore
either of those two
looks
games.
completely out of their depth. let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, please.
We're going to talk about Aguero fainted in
Poor
the dressing
fella.
room at half-time in Argentina's defeat to Nigeria. May have gone on to spur the loss.
Probably the result that made him faint, to be honest.
It was 2-0 at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think maybe Nigeria scored just before half time, but I
Okay, but Aguero seems to be getting in all sorts of trouble off the field, doesn't he? He had the car crash, fainting. Really unlucky fella.
it's not going it's not going great for Aguero at the moment, is it?
It's not
Interesting
off the field.
autobiography, though.
It would, wouldn't it? If you want to release that.
Yeah.
Ollie to co-write it with.
Yeah, forward by Ollie Maynard.
Yeah. Right, our final story is going to be about Michael O'Neill. He's had an official approach to take the Scotland job, the Northern Ireland manager. What a job he's done at Northern Ireland.
Very good
With
job.
Northern Ireland, I should say.
I don't think I don't think it's that much of a step up, though, personally.
No, it's
Step
not.
down, if anything, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm not sure I'd be tempted.
Yeah. It's not a job that I'd want. He's done very, very well with Northern Ireland, qualifying for the Euros and taking them very close to a World Cup. But I think he's probably got a better chance of getting Northern Ireland
I agree
in
with
the
that.
next tournament than
Yeah,
Scotland, to be honest.
I don't think Scotland are going to be anywhere close to being in a World Cup anytime soon,
Or Euros.
or the Euros for that matter.
Sorry to anyone who's listening in Scotland to ruin your day.
Yeah.
That was any other business.
These are the greatest 11s in the world.
Okay, this week we aren't able to do our Premier League Team of the Week as it was an international break. We decided to use that as an opportunity to all put together our best 11s of all time. We're going to talk about them, put them together and discuss who got in and who didn't. We're going to start off by all going through our goalkeepers. In goal for me, I went for Gigi Buffon, the man of the moment. Sam,
I completely agree.
you went Buffon.
Yeah.
Yeah, hat-trick, Buffon. Just, you can't not pick him, can you?
That's that sorted. We've said
No.
enough about him. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Right, back four. I went for Cafu, right back.
Yeah.
Ramos and Maldini, centre backs.
Okay.
And Roberto Carlos, left back. Sam?
Interesting. I've gone for Cafu right back.
Yeah.
I've gone for Bobby Moore
Oh, okay.
and Sergio Ramos at centre back.
Maldini was the best centre back to ever play football, Sam.
I've got Maldini at left back.
Yeah, I'll prefer him at centre back, but yeah, go on, Ollie.
I also have Maldini. I put him at right back purely because
Way out of
of
position.
the
Way
two-
out, what are you doing?
Purely because of the two centre backs I want to put in. My favourite defender of all time, Cannavaro. He is just
Good, but
fantastic.
he was only good for about a year and a half when
Yeah.
he won the World
I
Cup.
just
Went
love the
to,
fact that he wasn't the biggest, wasn't the strongest, just read the game perfectly. I've gone for Carlos Puyol.
yeah, he's a
Love
load.
him. Just leader. And also I've gone for Roberto Carlos as well.
Alright, it's a bit of a mismatch in midfield there. Of a back four, sorry. Right, midfield. My midfield three is very attacking, but it's the best team in the world. So forget it. I'm going to go attacking. Right, Zidane, obviously,
Yeah.
best centre mid to ever play football. In with him, I went for Iniesta. I just love watching Iniesta in his prime, the way he goes
Yeah.
around players and glides around the field. And Ronaldinho, who was one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable footballer.
I completely agree. I'm playing a 4-4-2, so unfortunately Ronaldinho couldn't fit into my side.
Such a shame.
I really wanted him to, but I've got David Beckham at right back.
Beckham at right back.
Right midfield.
Right, we've got Maldini and Beckham at right back. Three balls in this one, haven't you?
No, hold on a minute. I got Cafu at right back.
Yeah, I was joking. You said it, but go on.
Right, cheers. Beckham, right midfield.
Yep.
My centre
Love
midfield.
Beckham.
My centre midfielders. One of them I think you'll find to be slightly controversial. Zinedine Zidane, and the man Zinedine Zidane thought was the best player in the world when they asked him was Paul Scholes.
I knew you were going to say that.
And
Not really controversial. He's a great player, but
left midfield, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay. I've just gone for a three midfield. I've gone for Zidane as well.
yeah.
Cannot pick him. I've gone quite patriarch. I just love this man. This is a personal pick, Steven Gerrard. I think he's got to be in there just
I don't know if he
for
wants to
what
play
he's done
Premier
for
League
me.
maybe, but I don't know.
I've also gone Graham Carey.
Oh,
No,
of course he is.
much as I'd love to put him in, I've gone for Kaka.
Kaka.
I
interesting.
just think I loved watching Kaka play when he was round. I think when I first
Failed
started
at Real
watching
Madrid.
football, when I first started watching football was when he was in the AC Milan
Yeah, he was
time, and
amazing player.
I don't think I think it's just you got to remember the best team of all time is very subjective, and Kaka fits in it every time for me. I love that man. What
Fair
a
play.
player!
Great player, but I think, yeah, don't know about best 11. Right, here's where it all goes off. The front three.
2 in my case.
Fair enough. My front three consists of the second best player to ever play football on the left-hand side, Maradona.
Yeah.
Won a World Cup by himself in 1986. Just a brilliant player.
Yeah.
A brilliant player. Didn't carry himself as well off the pitch, unfortunately.
No.
But that's
Don't
another
need to go
issue.
to that. Yeah.
On the other side of my front three is the best player to ever play football,
Of course.
Lionel Messi. If anyone doesn't have him in their team, then just get out
I better go then.
because
I'm joking.
he is just amazing. I really hope. If England don't win the World Cup next year, I want Argentina to win it
Yeah.
because I want him to have that in his locker because he's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And spearheading that front three is Fat Ronaldo
Oh.
when he wasn't so fat.
I'm amazed you haven't put Henry. Amazed.
I wanted to put Henry. I wanted to put Bergkamp as well.
There's so many you could put in.
Yeah, it's
you-
very
There's
there
so many
really
honourable
is.
mentions I could chuck
There-
out.
yeah,
I loved
David
Henry. I
Reed.
loved Bergkamp.
Yeah. Exactly.
I
Conor
should have
Hourihane.
thinking
No,
about it. I
I'm-
should have squeezed Bergkamp in,
I'm not surprised. You've gone with
but Ronaldo
with a
was
big man.
brilliant.
Yeah.
So that's my front three. Sam, over to
My
you.
front two, of course, Messi's got to be in there, isn't he?
100%.
I'm
Seat
partnering.
safe.
Yeah, partnering Messi up front. It's Thierry Henry.
Ooh.
He's one of probably my favourite outfield player of all time.
I'm thinking maybe now that I could.
I
I'm
just,
regretting it.
to me, Henry was just.
He was the
you
best
know,
Premier League
I
striker ever.
couldn't wait. I was excited on the Wednesday to watch him play on a Saturday.
Right, Henry's gonna got in for Ronaldo for me. You twisted my arm.
There we go. Go on,
My
Ollie.
attacking three, I've got Ronaldinho. He is in there.
Yeah.
Fit him in somewhere fun. Messi.
Yeah.
I've
good
also
man.
gone Fat Ronaldo. I just think he is superb. And I just think he's the type of player that I just enjoy watching, that type of out-and-out forward, but had everything to his game.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a real
It's-
Fred
it
Bautista.
doesn't really need justifying, does it?
Well, there are three absolute cracking 11s of some of the world's greatest.
Premier League predictor.
This is our Premier League predictor, the fast-paced prediction Premier League game, where we get 3 points for a correct score and 1 point for a correct result. We're going to whiz through them now. Arsenal Spurs, I'm going 3-1 Arsenal.
0-0.
2-1 Spurs.
Bournemouth Huddersfield, I'm going 3-1 Bournemouth.
2-1 Huddersfield.
1-0 Bournemouth.
Burnley Swansea, I'm going 1-0 to the Swans.
1-0 Swansea.
0-0.
Palace Everton, I'm going 2-2.
2-0 Palace.
2-0.
Leicester Man City, I'm going 3-0 Man City.
4-0 Man City.
3-1 Man City.
Liverpool Saints, I'm going 1-1.
2-2.
3-0 Liverpool.
West Brom Chelsea, I'm going 2-0 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea.
Man United Newcastle, I'm going 2-1 to Newcastle.
2-1 United.
2-0 United.
Watford West Ham, I'm going 2-0 Watford.
2-1 Watford.
1-0.
Brighton Stoke, I'm going 1-0.
1-0.
0-0.
That was Premier League Predictor. Thank you for listening. Next week's show, we won't have a show released on Thursday as me and Sam are going to Cologne to watch Arsenal play. So next week's show will be a special coming out on Saturday where we will talk about our exploits in Germany. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Lovely.